Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, jurusan Pendidikan Bahasa dan Seni, Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan, Universitas Tanjung Pura. Pada kesempatan ini, saya akan menyampaikan pernyataan diri dosen dalam unjuk kinerja Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi atau yang disebut dengan PDD UKTPT pada unsur pengajaran. Saya akan menyampaikan salah satu mata kuliah yang saya ampu, yaitu Language Assessment. Mata kuliah Language Assessment merupakan mata kuliah 4 SKS yang berfokus pada penilaian atau evaluasi kemampuan berbahasa, dalam hal ini bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa asing. Terdapat 32 pertemuan pada mata kuliah ini yang terdiri dari 30 pertemuan tatap muka, 1 UTS, dan 1 ujian akhir semester atau UAS. Pada mata kuliah ini, mahasiswa akan diperkenalkan dengan istilah-istilah yang digunakan dalam language assessment seperti test, measurement, assessment, teaching, dan juga evaluation. Selain itu, mahasiswa akan melakukan diskusi mendalam dan praktek pembuatan soal-soal bahasa Inggris yang mencakup 4 skills, baik listening, reading, writing, speaking, serta vocabulary. Mahasiswa juga akan membuat rubrik serta analisis item yang mencakup validitas, reliabilitas, daya beda, dan tingkat kesukaran soal. Mahasiswa akan diperkenalkan penggunaan aplikasi Microsoft Excel dan tes analisis program atau TAP untuk menganalisis butir soal, khususnya jenis soal yang objektif, serta menginterpretasikan hasil analisis tersebut secara cermat, komprehensif, kritis, dan logis. Pendekatan atau approach yang saya gunakan pada pelaksanaan mata kuliah ini yaitu DIA, Delivery, Interaction, and Assessment, sedangkan aktivitas maupun penugasan mengadaptasi dari pembelajaran berbasis project atau project based learning dan kasus atau case based learning, di mana kegiatan belajar mengajar akan berpusat sepenuhnya kepada siswa. Selanjutnya, penilaian mahasiswa pada mata kuliah ini mencakup aktivitas 10%, penugasan 15%, project 25%, UTS 25%, dan UAS 25%. Capaian pembelajaran lulusan atau CPL pada mata kuliah ini mencakup sikap, keterampilan umum, keterampilan khusus, serta pengetahuan. Nah, pada CPL pada bidang sikap ada 3 CPL yang saya adaptasi, yaitu yang pertama menjunjung tinggi nilai kemanusiaan dalam menjalankan tugas berdasarkan agama, moral, dan etika. Yang kedua, menginternalisasi nilai moral, norma, dan etika akademik. Yang ketiga, menghargai keanekaragaman budaya, pandangan, agama, dan kepercayaan serta rasa tanggung jawab pada bangsa dan negara. CPL pada bidang keterampilan umum yaitu mampu menerapkan pemikiran logis, kritis, sistematis, dan inovatif dalam konteks pengembangan atau implementasi ilmu pengetahuan dan teknologi yang menerapkan nilai humaniora yang sesuai dengan bidang keahliannya. Yang kedua, mampu menunjukkan kinerja mandiri, bermutu, dan terukur. Yang ketiga, mampu mengambil keputusan secara tepat dalam konteks penyelesaian masalah di bidang keahliannya berdasarkan hasil analisis informasi dan data. Nah, pada bidang keterampilan khusus ada 4 poin. Yang pertama, mampu mengambil keputusan secara tepat dalam konteks penyelesaian masalah di bidang keahliannya berdasarkan hasil analisis dan informasi dan data. Yang kedua, mampu mengelola pembelajaran secara mandiri. Yang ketiga, mampu menggunakan teknologi dan informasi komunikasi dalam pembelajaran. Dan yang keempat, mampu menerapkan pemikiran logis, kritis, sistematis, dan inovatif dalam konteks pengembangan atau implementasi ilmu pengetahuan atau teknologi sesuai dengan bidang keahliannya. Yang terakhir, CPL pada bidang pengetahuan mencakup yang pertama, mampu menguasai konsep teoritis tentang pedagogi dalam pembelajaran bahasa Inggris sebagai bahasa asing. Yang kedua, mampu memformulasikan langkah-langkah penyelesaian prosedural. Merujuk pada CPL tersebut, CPMK yang diformulasikan adalah yang pertama, mahasiswa dapat mendemonstrasikan dan menginterpretasi esensi dan aspek-aspek dari mata kuliah language assessment secara logis, kritis, dan sistematis, menginterpretasikan serta menentukan aspek-aspek sesuai dengan konteks. Yang kedua, mahasiswa dapat mendemonstrasikan konsep, fungsi, dan tujuan berbagai jenis atau bentuk soal baik subjektif maupun objektif. Yang ketiga, mahasiswa dapat menganalisis kualitas dari berbagai bentuk assessment tools serta menginterpretasi hasil analisis tersebut. Yang keempat, mahasiswa dapat menjelaskan konsep, fungsi, dan tujuan dari alternative assessment serta membedakan menentukan alternatif assessment yang sesuai dengan konteks. Dan yang kelima, mahasiswa dapat menjelaskan konsep, bentuk, dan tujuan serta penilaian pada kurikulum Merdeka dan kurikulum 13. Topik bahasan atau cakupan pada mata kuliah language assessment yaitu yang pertama, language assessment dan language testing. Yang kedua, the concept of testing, measuring, assessing, evaluation, and teaching. Yang ketiga, principles of language assessment. Yang keempat, approaches to language testing. Yang kelima, designing classroom tasks. Yang keenam, constructing language test, listening, speaking, reading, writing, and also vocabulary. Yang ketujuh, assessing language test atau disebut juga dengan item analysis. Yang kedelapan, alternative assessment. Dan yang terakhir, assessment dan kurikulum Merdeka dan kurikulum 13. Referensi-referensi yang saya gunakan mencakup yang pertama, language assessment, principles and language testing oleh Brown. Yang kedua, language testing in practice, designing and developing useful language test oleh Lady Rahman dan Adrian Fajar. Yang ketiga, assessing speaking oleh Sari Roma. Yang keempat, assessing listening oleh Gary Bach. Yang kelima, assessing writing oleh Sarah Weigel. Dan yang terakhir, second language testing for student evaluation and classroom research oleh Greta Borshow and Dalek Griffin. Baiklah, selanjutnya kita simak video pengajaran yang saya lakukan dalam pertemuan tatap muka secara luring di kelas. Terima kasih.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright, so good afternoon, class. How is your feeling today? Yeah. I'm also okay. I'm fine. I'm very good. Alright. So today we want to continue our next topic, about language assessment. At previous meeting we have already talked about the principles, right? The principles of language assessment. Okay, we have the practicality, and then validity, reliability, authenticity, and whatnot. And you also had done the project, right? Which is creating an infographic to inform people about, especially teachers, right, our target viewers, okay, about the principles of language assessment, okay, that they have, that we as teachers, you as the future teachers, to what do you call, to adopt, yeah, the principles. Okay, now we're going to continue with the approaches in language testing, yeah, as what it is mentioned, the term approach, right, in bahasa Indonesia we call it pendekatan, okay. So these approaches itu adalah the umbrella, ya, the umbrella of constructing or designing the language testing, the text items. Okay, so alright, the approaches in language testing itu from Brown, ya, dalam bukunya Brown itu ada 4, ya. After this, I will discuss about each of them. Okay, but before that, let me tell you about the lesson objectives, yeah, for this meeting. So hopefully I do expect, yeah, that the first you could reconstruct the idea. I keep telling you that you cannot just focus on the standardized idea, but you can reconstruct your own idea, right? You have to be able to reconstruct your own idea. But you cannot change the idea, but reconstruct it. Elaborate that, yeah? So the first is reconstructing the idea of approaches in language testing. That's number 1. And then the next is connecting the concepts of these approaches in language testing to the context of Indonesia, yeah, because English is a foreign language, right? So I'm not sure, yeah, or you can argue later on, you can think which approach is suitable for our context. For EFL, we're not ESL, right? We are EFL. Okay, and then determining the approach that is suitable for the context of English language teaching. Now, for the third lesson objective, this is where, yeah, where you're going to do the project. Okay, so today there will be a project, another project. Yeah, I am adopting project-based learning. So the outcome is the product. What is the product? I will tell you after I deliver the method. Okay? Yes. Alright. Can I proceed to the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, now the scope of the topic. So approaches in language there are four, not five, sorry. Number one is discrete point. Discrete is another term for distinctive or specific, separate. That's discrete point approach. Okay. The second is integrative testing. Integrative, the best form is integrate, so combining, right? And then the third is performance-based assessment, and then the last is communicative language testing. So those are the scope of today's topic. Yeah, I do hope, okay, our first objective, which is you can absorb these materials and reconstruct your own materials, right? There will be, a group discussion, okay, after this, before you do the project. I need you to do discussion with your friends, group of 3 or 4, okay? You do discussion, talking about the approach, okay? Talking about the approach, all right? Why you need to do, or why you need to be in groups so that you can deepen your understanding, because probably your friends have another idea that can enrich the idea of the approach. Okay? Alright, so after the discussion, we will work individually, working on, I can say, your script, because your project will be a video, right? You need to do preparation, okay? You need to do preparation, writing the script, or the draft of the script, okay? So that later on when you record, you know what to talk. You know the core points of your discussion or your video later on, about one of the approach. Okay, once again, I'm telling you that the output of today's meeting is the project, which is a video that has to be posted or published in your Instagram account. The detail will be talked later. Okay, now let's move on to the first, which is discrete point approach. Okay, so by definition, discrete point approach are designed, or it is based on the belief that language can be divided into its individual components. Language can be divided into its individual components. So language itself is not only language, but there are many other components. Ada vocabulary, ada morphology, ada phonology, yaitu pronunciation, right? Apalagi bahasa Inggris, English is not our second language, it's foreign language. So we have to test the phonology specific, in a specific context, what is it, in an isolated way. So discrete point approach deals with this. Okay, it deals with the belief that language has other components, more detailed components that create a language. Okay, and then the components. What are the components? Number one is the language skills. What are they? The language skills. The language skills. What are they? Speaking, writing, listening, reading. So for discrete point, you have to construct the task, without integrating the skill. One, you want to test speaking, so speaking only. Writing only. Okay, reading only. Listening only. Without integrating the skills. That's discrete. Okay, discrete point approach. That approach itu, I think it has been done, Kalian mungkin juga sudah merasa waktu SMP pernah ujian listening kan? Tanpa ada reading, right? Tanpa ada writing, right? So that's actually the approach of discrete. The concept of it. And then discrete is designed to achieve a high reliability factor of one linguistic point. Linguistic point, just like I said, ada morphology, ada phonology, ada lexical, ada syntax. Kalau syntax related sama grammar. Kalau lexical related sama kata, vocabulary. Okay? Alright. So what are the examples for? The examples of vocabulary tags, grammar tags, spelling tags. Nah, spelling ini phonology, pronunciation also. and multiple choices for each unit. For example, vocabulary misalnya, verb misalnya. Jadi the vocabulary test itu about the verb, okay? And then close test, another time you fill in the gap. Pernah fill in the gap kan? In bahasa Indonesia we have rumpang, ya kan? And then the last is translation task. So you translate from Indonesia to English or English to Indonesia. Okay? This is discrete point, yeah? The next is integrative testing approach, okay? Yeah, don't worry, you will have Q&A section of this. Okay? Alright, I will continue. Integrative testing approach is an approach that involves the testing of language in context. See, in context, yeah, in context. So how the language actually is used, yeah, in context. Okay? As it names integrative testing, so it integrates, yeah. It is an integration of several skills. 4 skills, 2 skills of English, or 3 skills of English. Okay? Integrative skill testing aims to evaluate the learner's ability to use various skills together at once. Yeah, for example, you want to see their their reading achievement as well as writing achievement. So you design, right, a test, reading sama writing. First, you ask the students to read a text, ya, misalnya narrative text or descriptive text, and then you ask them to rewrite, to paraphrase, right? To rewrite, to construct the same story but with different language, or to summarize, yeah. Now this is integrative between reading and writing. Okay, and then performance-based assessment. Now, performance-based assessment is an assessment done when the learners are put in a context, yeah, and asked to show what they do or able to do in that context. Another term is that they perform it. Okay, they perform the language. So the test is in the form of performance. Alright, so what's the example? Oral presentation. Yeah, previous semesters I asked you to perform, right? Using PowerPoint presentation. Doing oral presentation. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, and that is one of performance-based tests. Okay, I score you not only from the content but also from the way you perform the language. You perform the English in the presentation. Okay, another example is group project. Now, your project later on, yeah, that's individual unfortunately. Yeah, your project will be a performance-based approach. I adopt performance-based approach because I want to see not only your understanding about the context, the content, but also the way, your language performance. Okay? Alright, and then interview, portfolios, and language performance. Okay? Alright. The next is communicative language teaching. Yeah, CLT emphasizes on the notion and function of the language as a communication tool, such as agreeing, persuading, or inviting. Yeah, it is used to measure the ability to use the target language in an authentic situation. Okay, in authentic situations. Just like example, role play, mini drama, dialogue, picture descriptions, debate. Okay. Alright. So communicative language testing is you use is a task that force the students or ask the students to use the language in an authentic. Authentic, masih ingat? Siapa yang kemarin dapat authenticity? Siapa? Portfolio 1, 12, 2, 3. Still remember authenticity? Masih ingat dalam bentuk apa? Real world. Yes, dalam bentuk real world. Nah, real world itu artinya adalah kalian menggunakan bahasa secara natural dalam konteksnya. That's the communicative teaching. Okay? Alright. So those are the 4 approaches. Yeah? Those are the 4 approaches of language testing. Okay? Any questions?
Ask about discrete point. How is the discrete point approach applied in the context of Pontianak? Okay, thank you.
Alright, so how discrete point is how discrete point is applied in the context of Pontianak? Well, discrete point is an approach, yeah, that specifies the type of the test. For example, you want to talk about the vocabulary. So vocabulary, only vocabulary. Yes, specific atau isolated vocabulary. Yeah. Now, how it is applied in the context of Pontianak? You know that English in Pontianak is still low, right? Not many of us understand English, especially, for example, in junior high school. There is a big gap, wide gap between our context, and probably in Jakarta or in other, I can say, more developed city, yeah, with the good facility. So if discrete point is implemented in Pontianak, probably, for example, for the vocabulary test, yeah, you can just use a simple vocabulary test, just like what is it? The adjective or the verb, the adjective or the verb, for example, for the descriptive test, which is describing the place, yeah, describing the place or famous place in Pontianak, like museum. So you can ask the vocabulary in isolated text, yeah, in an isolated text, asking about the adjective or profiling the adjective that are used in in the descriptive text of one of the building in Pontianak as a museum. Is that answering your question?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Alia. All right, any other question? Any other question? Okay, Hannah?
I would like to ask, in integrative testing approach, is integrative testing approach can integrate speaking and writing, and if it can, how it can integrate speaking and writing?
Alright, so how this one, yeah, integrative testing approach. Okay, how integrative testing approach can integrate? Is it possible to integrate writing and speaking? Is that the question? Okay, so actually all skills can be integrated. Yeah, so the concept of integrative testing approach is that you combine, you integrate. Integrate, another term is combining, right? You combine skills, yeah, you combine skills. For example, just like the common one is reading and writing, because when we read, we do writing as well, right? But now that's a good question. How about speaking and writing? It is very, very possible. Yeah, just like when you do public speaking, for example, yeah, when you do public speaking in peers, okay, or when you tell a story and you ask your friends, yeah, to summarize the story. Or I, as a teacher, yeah, ask you to to talk about a story of your life or a context, yeah, and then your partner, your peer, yeah, your friend, write the core or the main story, the main events of your context. Okay, that's the integration of speaking and writing. One of the examples. All right, it's very possible. That's very possible. Okay, to integrate all skills. One skill, two skills or three skills or even the full skills of English. Now there is no limitations for that. Okay. Am I answering your question, Hannah? Okay. Okay. So this is your project, right? Which of the approaches is the most suitable? Yeah. You choose one approach, which is the most suitable for EFL learners in Indonesian context. Jadi dalam konteks Indonesia itu kira-kira approach apa yang cocok kalau kita mau construct a language test. Alright, so that's your big question that you need to answer. Okay, and then one, provide your reason, elaborate your answer, and submit your answer through Instagram Reels, dalam bentuk video maksud saya, by tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Okay, don't delay, don't delay. Don't forget to tag me. That's my Instagram. And you don't need to follow me. Don't worry. Yeah. But you need to tag me so that I can track your video. And you cannot delete that video until our semester ends. Okay. And don't use fake account. Use your own account. Don't use second account. Yeah. the more people read that, if the information is good, banyak halaman. Okay? Alright, so before you do this, yeah, let's move, let's do the discussion. Okay? So I need to get back to your seat. Yeah? Okay, it's been 30 minutes, yeah? Hopefully you get the core of the discussion. Now, it's time for you to write, yeah, I can say the script. Okay, the script for your Instagram. Can you do it in 5 minutes? You can write your script, yeah? If you have questions, you can ask me directly before you record, right? Okay, so 5 minutes, break individually, writing the script of your Instagram. Of the post that you will publish on Instagram, yeah? You have written your script, yeah, about the approach. You may change later on, yeah, at home you do revision again about the script, or if you have another thought, I'd like to change from, for example, this one you choose CLT, and then at home after you read them from many sources, and then you want to change into the script, that's okay. Yeah, this script is for your guide actually, yeah, for your guidance to create the project, alright? So once again, the project for today's topic, yeah, is creating a video related, yeah, or about the most suitable approach that you think, okay, is appropriate to be adopted or implemented by English teachers in Indonesia. It would be very, very useful, yeah, for the viewers, especially if your viewers are teachers. Okay, so that we can share our knowledge, right? So I think that's it. Yeah, I am waiting for your videos. Oh yeah, don't forget to give caption in your video. Yeah, in your Instagram reels, provide caption, attractive caption. Alright, okay. So thank you very much everyone for today. Yeah, we'll see you again next meeting on Monday, inshallah. Yeah. So on Monday at the same time, yeah. I do expect that that we have reached the goals for today. Yeah. So by saying alhamdulillah, the class is dismissed. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. Yeah, for the questions as well. Okay, hopefully you learned something. Assalamualaikum.